Good afternoon, good evening, ma'am. Now I'm going to explain about PLSQL. Yeah, this is an experiment number nine for Advanced Database Management System. In PLSQL, we are going to see about the triggers, functions, and procedures. Uh, First, we see what is triggers. Triggers will be fired when an action is taking place. So for that, let's take an example. So suppose an user is inserting values. If he is trying to insert, the triggers will be fired. So like that, we are having see for insert, update, and delete. Can use trigger operations. And then this will be the syntax for triggers: create or replace the trigger name, before, after, of what, insert or delete or update, of, to where, to which column, on which table, and the reference, and for each row, and the conditions, and the query for what we are going to, normal SQL queries, and then end. And then likewise, we are going to see for the procedure. It is also used here, like create or replace procedure name, in and out, all the parameter name, and the query, normal queries, and then the functions. The function also we are using it as a function name, and it also uses the parameter in out type, everything, and begin, and the function body you should write here, and then end the function name what you have given. So we go into the experiment. So here I have several experiments to explain. First, we are going to see about a create, a simple trigger that does not allow insert. Here it does not allow insert, update, and delete operation on the supplier table. So here let me show the example. Create. First, we should use create or replace trigger name. So does not allow insert. So before insert, delete, or update, we should create this trigger. So for before, on which table, supply table. So begin or rollback. So I'm going to give create or replace trigger. I'm going to give some name, before, insert, or delete or update. Update on supplier begin. So here I've done a mistake. So let's wait from the first. So trigger create. If I try to insert a values into the supply table, let's see what is happening. Insert into supplier values. Let's see 7, comma, name, A. See, it is telling the trigger is created. So likewise, we are going to use the next one. So here also we are creating a trigger for an raise an user defined error message. So we are defining an error message, raise an application error. So not possible be. So see, if you are trying to insert or update, it will generate an error 21 where we are given a 21. So it will generate an error. So likewise, when the third experiment is saying that we should display the product names whose ordered quantity is greater than 10 using cursors. So here I'm using set server output on, and I'm declaring all the values. First, I'm using the product or description and the type, and then cursor. I'm giving the cursor name is, and I'm giving the query, and I'm begin the cursor, and then loop fetching all the things, and then output DBMS output the prompt, and then ending, and then I'm closing the cursor. See, all my product description has been displayed. And then likewise, and to for create a trigger to warm when the supplied quantity is greater than ordered quantity. So let's see. 8. dot quantity equal to quantity put line error plus put plus put line error. And here it's seeing some values, but I have executed here. Likewise, we are using for the fifth, we are creating a write a trigger to update the order table. So we are updating the order table. So here is the new customer ID and here is the old customer ID. We are updating the customer ID is equal to new ID where the customer ID is equal to old ID. We are updating with the new ID. So at the time we are creating a trigger after the update. So likewise, we are doing a PLSQL. This is procedure that will accept the product ID from the user, check if the product ID is supplied by the supplier and display that status. So likewise, we are declaring all the things and we are getting the values from the users. This is a procedure. So we are getting a value from the user and we are using it procedure status and the number and we are printing the status what it is and likewise here also we are write a procedure to calculate the total price for the product that has been supplied and pass the supplier ID as the argument. So we are passing the supplier ID as an argument and we are selecting the values and we are executing the query. And likewise 8th, 9th and then 10th, all these things are the functions. This is a function where we are using the function status, there we are using the procedure status and here we are using the function status when the product ID is passed as an argument. So when the product ID is given as an argument here, so here we are taking the product ID, so that is given as an argument and the function is used and we are ending the loop and printing the values. So likewise, the experiment number 9 has been executed successfully. The PLSQL program has been executed successfully and got the output. Thank you.